Hello student, today I am going to start a very important chapter of class 10, that is human eye and colorful world. So in this chapter we will see working of human eye. So student, our eye is a natural lens and it behaves like a camera which forms a real inverted and diminished image of any object. So let's try to understand the working of human eye with the help of a diagram. So here I believe that you are able to see the diagram of the eyeball. Now you can see that our eyeball is almost spherical and it is about of inch of a diameter, and this outer and transparent part of the eye is called cornea, through which light enters the eye. And here we have a liquid kind of material which is called aqueous humor. We have a lens. You can see this is a kind of convex lens. That means it is converging in nature. This lens is fixed with the help of ciliary muscles and suspensory ligaments. Now here at the front of this lens we have a colorful diaphragm which is called iris, and iris has many holes which is called pupil. And what is the working of pupil? Pupil can control the amount of light which enters after the refraction of the lens. Now what happened? The light refracted through the lens is focused at the retina. You can see here that between the lens and the retina we have a other liquid which is called vitreous humor. Now each of the light sensitive cell composing the retina is connected to the brain by a nerve, and all the nerves leave the eye in one bundle which is called optic nerve. So when light from an object enters the eye, the rods and cones undergoes decomposition and produce a train of impulses that travels across the retina through the optic nerve to the brain, where image is formed. The image formed on the retina is real and inverted, but it is interpreted automatically by the brain to give us as impression of upright object. Now here you can see two spot, blind spot and yellow spot. So the part of the retina near the optic nerve has no light sensitive cell and hence is insensitive to the light. It is called blind spot. On the other hand, a tiny region where the axis of lens intersects the retina is most sensitive to light, and it is called yellow spot. So when anybody looks an object, the eye automatically turns in a way that the image is formed on the yellow spot. So after the working of eye, let's read about some terms. Here we have least distance of distinct vision. So what is this? The minimum distance at which objects can be seen most distinctly without strain is called the least distance of distinct vision, and it is also called near point. So for a young adult person, the near point is about 25 centimeter. That means you can see here with the help of diagram, and if we put any object here, then we are not able to see that object properly. And the second point is the farthest point up to which the eye can see object clearly is called the far point of eye, and it is infinity for the normal eye. So the near point for a normal eye is at 25 centimeter and the far point is at infinity. Now let's see what is power of accommodation. So have you ever thought that how our eye is able to see any object which is near to us as well as a distant object? So this is possible due to ciliary muscles which adjust the focal length of the eye lens as required. Now see the process. The change in the curvature of eye lens can thus init its focal length. When the muscles are relaxed, the lens becomes thin. That means the focal length increases and it enables us to see distant object clearly. Now see what happens when we look any closer object. The ciliary muscle get contract and this increase the curvature of eye lens, and the eye lens become thicker and its focal length decreases. This enables us to see the nearby object clearly. Now, the ability of eye to adjust its focal length to see the object at various distances is called power of accommodation. Now, after this we will see some eye defects and their corrections. So, here myopia. Myopia is also called short sight and nearsightedness. So a person with myopia can see nearby object clearly but cannot see distant object clearly or distinctly. So let's see the reasons. The eyeball is too long so that the retina is at an abnormally large distance from cornea, or the eye lens is too convex, that is too powerful. So in either case, the image of distant object formed in the front of the retina and not at the retina itself. Now here you can see with the help of diagram, here these light rays are coming from any object and they get intersect before the retina, and because of that the image is formed in front of the retina, not at the retina itself. That means now for this person the far point is not at infinity. The far point comes near to the eye. How can we correct this defect? For the correction we have to use a concave lens. A concave lens of suitable power will bring the image back on the retina. The rays starting from the object at infinity after refraction through this lens may appear to come from the far point F of the eye, and these rays after refraction would be focused at the retina where a sharp image of the object would be formed. So for the myopia we have to use a concave lens. Now come to the second defect, which is called hypermetropia. Hypermetropia is also called long sight and farsightedness. So let's see, a person with hypermetropia can see distant object clearly but cannot see nearby object distinctly. So what is the reasons? The eyeball is too small so that the retina is at abnormally small distance from the cornea, and the eye lens is not sufficiently converging. In either case, the light ray from a nearby object are focused at a point C behind the retina. Now here you can see the image. Here N dash is the near point for any normal person and N is the near point for the hypermetropic person. So what happened? Here you can see that the near point is here. That's why the image is formed after the retina, behind the retina. So we have to shift this near point here to here. For that we will use convex lens. So this defect can be corrected by using a convex lens of a appropriate power. After refraction through this lens, the divergence of ray entering the eye is reduced, which can be focused the retina by the eye lens. Now the third defect is presbyopia. The power of accommodation of eye usually decreases with the aging. So the near point recedes from the eye while the far point approaches to it. You can see that this is the combination of myopia and hypermetropia. So in this defect, a person used bifocal lenses consist of both concave and convex lens. The upper portion consists of a concave lens. It facilitates distant vision, and the lower part is convex lens. It facilitates near vision. Thank you.